Hey everybody, I'm back. Today is Friday, November 6th, 2010, and it would actually be day number 190. 190, if you can believe that, on my now 365-day, 1-year real estate short sale investing challenge using the short sales riches system. I haven't done an update for quite some time because, frankly, I've been extremely busy. You know, it's amazing how once you get into this, once you really get rolling, you just get consumed. I mean, really getting the business started, getting it up and running. It's not a 120-day challenge. It's not even a 180-day challenge. I'll never forget. Nathan told me when I first started this. Nathan Jerwitz, he said, to be honest with you, Bride, this is going to take you 8 months at a minimum, 8 months to a year to really get going and get established. It's going to take you a year to get things rolling. So I'm thinking, all right, well, I'm 6 months into it. I have 6 more months to go until it's that well-oiled, smooth-running machine that he talks about that kind of gets on autopilot. And I guess when you're getting started, you have your expectations, your delusions of grandeur, thinking everything is going to be perfect and happen overnight. But in the real world, there's problems, there's challenges, and you just have to overcome them. I've had 2 BPO agents that didn't work out. I had to get rid of them and replace them. I had a negotiator I had to get rid of and replace her. And, I've had BPOs come in that were totally out of line with reality. I've had appraisers come in, appraisals come in from actual appraisers that were $40,000 more than tax-assessed values. I've had 4 or 5 homes go to auction, go to sheriff's sale, and lose them, okay? And I've had my share of problems, man. But, the nice thing is it's a learning curve. It's a complete learning curve, and it shows you that I'm real. Life happens, man. This business is real, okay? But what I can tell you is the good news. The good news is active current deals, cases that I'm working on right now. We have 32, all right? We actually have our first approval. We have 2 approvals, which are going to take place probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks. And sometime in November, we're going to close them. It's one deal, but it's 2. We have an investor buyer that's buying both. It's 2 units in Trenton, New Jersey, right next to each other. So it's 2 deals, but they're very small, rundown, ghetto-type properties. So it's kind of 2, 1, whatever you want to call it. I'm looking at about 10 grand profit on that, which is nice. And then we have 4 approvals for closings that we're trying to get set up and clean things up with the end buyers to take place in November. They're more average deals, I'd say probably closer to $15,000 each. So I don't know. Just running quick math, if they go through as planned, that's 60 grand plus the 10, so that's like 70 grand. But that's not $70,000 in a month and a half. That's $70,000 over the last 6 months. And the nice thing is, what I've set up is I'm planning on having a consistent 2 to 3 closings every month at a minimum moving forward. My goal still is to get to 100 deals in the pipeline, but again, I had to kind of back off the marketing, believe it or not, slow down the deals coming in because, when you're firing negotiators and getting new BPO agents and learning all these ropes and title companies that didn't work out, you just have to sometimes slow down to kind of make things work. And I made it through a few notes here so I didn't forget anything. I told you about the negotiator, the BPO, the title company, the deals, how we lost a few. And by the way, Nathan says that if you're getting a success rate of 60 to 70%, you're doing great, which tells you that out of every 10 deals you're working on, 3 to 4 are going to just blow up. So, you just have to be ready for it. You have to expect it. It's going to happen. Move on. And that's why you got to have, obviously, a lot of business in your pipeline so that really doesn't affect you. The Fix-A-Flip, which is cool. Fix-A-Flip funding, which just came out recently, I'm a part of that. So I'm going to this Vegas boot camp December 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And that provides up to 120-day funding. So now, before we used, with standard transactional funding, you got to do the A to B and the B to C on the same day. In this case, you don't have to. It does cost a little bit more money, but let's just say there's a bank or a seasonal, traditional lender that doesn't really have seasoning requirements, but they may just need 5 days or so to, get the deed recorded on the A to B. Well, now we have access to those funds, okay? That's not a problem. Countrywide with their 30-day rule, if you can't get around that, the point number 10 that they talk about not being able to resell for 30 days, that's not a problem either, because now all you have to do is hold it for 31 days, which I can now. I have access to this new funding, and we can get around that. FHA is a little tricky. FHA, yeah, I can get it up to 120 days, but it's very expensive, and I really don't see utilizing that aspect of the funds unless we have an absolute home run. 12.5% is a lot of money, so that's $12,500 on every 100 grand. On a $200,000 buy, you're looking at 25 grand in fees. Now, if you're sitting on a $50,000 spread, I mean, you know, that's not bad, but it has to be a big deal, a home run. So I'm not planning on using that too much on the FHA. But technically, I guess I could say that I could do FHA now. You know, I've been helping a lot of people. That's it for my notes. I've been helping a lot of people. People have been contacting me, probably a good dozen people in the last month or 6 weeks, whatever it's been since I made an update. Hey, Bright, how you doing? Have you had any closings yet? What's going on? Oh, by the way, I had the question. I came across this. What do you think about that? And, you know, I guess what's really nice is that when you have a mastermind group, when you have an informal mastermind, a group of people that are all heading in the same direction, looking to achieve the same goal, it's great to have ideas, you know, and bounce ideas off each other back and forth and talk about the challenges that we all go through and learn from it. You know, learn together because, you know, I'm not getting paid for this blog, for these updates. I sure as hell am not getting paid for all the phone conversations and emails that I've traded with people. But, you know, I'm more than happy to do that. I love talking to people around the country, whether we work on deals together or not, because I learn, they learn, and, you know, you give, you get what you give. And I believe in being a servant, and, you know, things will come back to you. So, anyway, guys, things are moving along. It is November 6th. I'm planning on giving you another update probably at the end of the month, maybe in a week. I don't know. We'll see. Definitely after my first deal closes and I have a check in my hand, which would be nice, because it'll prove to everybody that this works. You can do an A to B, B to C. You can get the funding. You can set up a team from scratch. You can get your BPO agents. You can get your negotiators. You go to Craigslist. You do what you have to do. You network with realtors. I still, to this day, have not spent one dime on marketing, okay? I am not doing mailings. Realtors are doing mailings that are bringing me deals. Actually, it's not totally true. I did kick in about $125 to help the one guy get some leads. But me personally, I'm not doing any marketing. I'm totally relying on realtors. And I've never seen any of these houses. I've never met any of the homeowners except the ones my girlfriend's listing. And I'm following Nathan, you know, his model to a T. And guess what? 6 months into this baby, it's working. So guys, the money's coming. I'm 14 days away from cashing my first check. And there's no looking back. So it works. Get out there, make it happen. I'm going to keep you posted. And the next time we check in, I'll have a check in my hand. Have a great night. Go get 'em.